What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this being my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10 episode 14. So we start off where we left off with Angel asking the ladies, well, what other evidence do you have of my supposed eviction? And then Wendy reveals the fact that she spoke to a realtor who said that she wanted a rental property that had the look of an over $14,000 a month type property, but she only was willing to pay $1,000 a month, which I think that this is very interesting that Wendy would bring this up because I don't know it really, real estate agents discussing other clients with non-clients. Like, I don't know how that all works out. And then Stacy, of course, Angel denies the fact that that actually happened. But then Stacy says, well, why don't we call him? Why don't we call him now? And then Wendy says, well, you didn't want to call TJ at the last reunion when he said that you paid him to be on the show to play your boyfriend, girl. So what's the case? And then Stacy, says in the confessional, when it comes to business, you want to get things straightened out immediately. You don't want to linger. You want to nip it in the bud immediately. And she said, personal relationships are a completely different thing. You do that on your own time. So anyways, but of course, Giselle and Ashley are unhappy with their living quarters, their living accommodations. They have a single room with two, looks like bunk beds, but they're two single beds. And so, of course, they don't want to stay there, but eventually they decide they are going to stay there. And so, while the ladies are getting comfortable in their humble abode, they're staying in for the time being in Colorado. Angel takes Kiana and Tia back to her house. I will say that Angel has the best house on this show. Out of all the girls on the show, Angel has the biggest house, the most beautiful house. The interior is gorgeous. Angel shows Kiana her room, shows Tia her room. I don't know why, if Angel is trying to get on good terms with Wendy, why she wouldn't invite Wendy to be in her house rather than Tia, because it seems like Angel would be closer to Wendy than she is Tia. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know. I was just confused as to why Tia was the other housewife that she invited to stay at her home. But anyways, we see Bobby, walking around with the kids, taking care of the kids, things of that nature. To be honest, I feel bad for Bobby. It doesn't seem like Bobby wants to be on the show. A lot of the reviewers that I've watched, have been talking about, how fine he is, and he's a very handsome man, don't get me wrong. But I just feel sorry for him because he doesn't seem like he wants to participate, which is his right. He has a right to not want to participate on this show. He's here for his wife, and I'm so glad that he at least has agreed to be filmed while she's on the show. So I do like that. But then we get on to back to the girls at the rental house. The rest of the girls, Monique, Giselle, Ashley, Wendy, and Stacy, and they're a little bit upset about this whole thing. They said when they typically go on girls trips, all the girls are together the entire time. They don't get separated. Angel's house is an hour away from the rental that they're staying in, so they think that this is very disjointed. Which again, yes, it does look very disjointed from the outside. However, when you reflect back on the way that these women have treated Angel since the first episode of this 10th season, I understand why Angel doesn't want these heifers staying at their house. I wouldn't want y'all to stay in my house either. Would y'all treat me the way that y'all do? Child. But anyways, and so apparently there's an issue with the water at this rental house. The water is very on and off, mostly off rather than on. And so they have an issue with this. And so on the next day, Angel is inviting all the girls to her house so that they can have a backyard barbecue dinner. So when the ladies get there to Angel's house, Angel gives them a tour, and Ashley has the nerve to say, "Oh, this is cute." No, Ashley, this is more than cute. It's more than that little hovel of a house that you staying in, girl. Like, come on, don't try to be shady when it comes to Angel's beautiful mansion, honey, because that thing is gorgeous, gorgeous, girl. So Angel introduces the women to these four men who are just sitting out in the backyard having a cigar, They're very off-putting. They don't seem like they want to be on TV. They're giving the girls these kind of death stares, like they don't want them to be there. I feel as though Angel might have used them as an intimidation tactic to be like, "Don't come for our girl. Don't come for Angel, y'all. Y'all better tread lightly." So I thought that was very weird, although they were very good looking men, child. Very good looking men. But one thing I wanted to say really quickly before I move forward, this is my first season being exposed to Monique. I started watching the Real Housewives of Potomac during season 7, which was 2 seasons after Monique left the show. So based on the look of Monique and how she presents herself, I thought I would like her. However, the whole time she's been on this show, she has been projecting onto Angel her situation with Chris, her ex-husband, saying that she sees a lot of similarities in Bobby, and it seems like Angel is doing everything, whereas Bobby is doing nothing allegedly, and she feels like Angel is overexerting herself, and Angel is doing the most, and she sees herself in Angel, and here's my thing, Monique. Yes, you're coming back. I see Monique is trying to attach herself to Angel to sort of kind of make herself a part of Angel's storyline. I don't like this whatsoever. You known Angel all of what, 2 episodes, and you automatically see yourself in Angel's situation or see Angel in the same situation that you were in with your ex-husband Chris. I've seen nothing but love and support between Angel and Bobby. There's no type of controlling tactic that I see going on. It doesn't seem like he's been disrespectful to Angel in any way, shape, or form. He's been nothing but supportive to Angel this entire season thus far. And so I don't see the correlation between Angel and Bobby's relationships as it compares to Monique and Chris's relationship was. When I talked to my mother about Monique's previous seasons on this season, it seems like Monique might have been a little bit disrespectful towards Chris. Not necessarily giving him what he wants. Not necessarily considering him and all of her decisions that she's making. So Monique, don't do that, because you're starting to make me not like you, girl. Like, because excuse me, to be honest, I do enjoy Angel. I think she's a sweet woman. I don't think that she's right for the show. And I say that because she doesn't have that clapback, that natural clapback to the other girls who want to come for her. Like that's not her thing. She's not quick on her feet like a Stacy or a Candace. Candace that was previously on Housewives of Potomac. So she doesn't have that grit. She doesn't have that that thing, that sassafras. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have that innate ability to come back as someone who comes for her. And as lovely as Angel has been, I feel so bad that she's been an easy target. The girls tried to come for Stacey, but Stacey just lets it roll off of her back like it's nothing. But Angel doesn't have the capacity to be able to do that. She'll wait a couple of days and then come back with her retort to something that has been brought to her attention. And she just comes off as very weak in this season. And I don't believe that she is a weak person. It just comes off the way that's just the way that things are coming off right now. And so anyways, I don't like the fact that Monique is trying to liken her relationship with her ex-husband Chris to Angel's relationship with Bobby. Once again, you don't know them at all. You don't know them at all to make this assumption. This is not a good look, Monique. Not a good look at all. And I hope that this comes up in the reunion. It seems like Angel's going to address this topic in the next episode, because she said at the end of the episode that, Jazzy told her what Monique was saying about her relationship with Bobby. So hopefully this will be addressed, and hopefully Angel comes out on top in Angel addressing the situation. But anyway, so all the ladies are sitting at the table. The ladies who are staying at the rental house let Angel know about the issues that they've been having with the water. Angel says that she'll go ahead and call the owner and have the problem fixed. So, we'll get that together. And so the ladies are sitting down, and Giselle, I believe it's Giselle, who brings up the issues that have been going on between Tia and Stacey. I don't know why we feel the need to address this now when This happened, and I believe it was the fifth episode, if I'm not mistaken, of or of Stacey's event of her launching her cannabis brand, where Stacey kicked Tia out of her event, but Tia says that she doesn't know Stacey, and she's understood the things that have been told about Stacey to her in the past, and she wanted to try to give Stacey a chance to defend herself, and then the whole thing about Monique talking about Chris. Amongst the girls at the Pride event, and we're still trying to understand who is it that told Chris. Stacey still is saying that it wasn't her. I personally believe that it was Kiarna that told Chris, to be honest, through Cookie. But who knows? Who knows what the truth is? But anyway, so while the girls are about to head back to their rental, I think it was Kiarna who said that she wants to have a pajama party with the ladies at the rental house, and so Kiarna's like, myself, Angel, and Tia can just come over to you guys' rental house on the next day. And so Angel is like, well, I got to check in with Bobby because, we had this whole thing planned out. Apparently, Angel had only planned to meet with the girls during the day, and at night she would be at home with the kids and her husband. And, she's like, I just got to check in with Bobby to make sure that is okay. And Monique is like, oh, well, he's a daddy. He's a husband. He can just do that. And Angel's like, hold up, wait a minute. You don't know our marriage. You don't know our relationship. You don't know our processes. She doesn't say all this, but that's what the hand to me meant when she put her hand up. And, Monique, you don't know Angel's relationship. You don't know how they take care of things. When you're in a marriage, you guys have to communicate. Maybe that's not what you did in your marriage with Chris, but clearly that's what Angel does with her in her marriage with Bobby. And I'm assuming that, that's why it's from the looks of it, from the outside looking in, it seems like Angel and Bobby have a very healthy relationship. I love how Angel feels comfortable enough to communicate with Bobby about the issues that she's been having with these ladies on this show. And I love the support that Bobby has been given to Angel all this time. I'm hoping that Bobby doesn't come to the reunion because I feel like the ladies are going to literally attack him, even though he's given them no reason to attack them. Although some of the ladies will say when Angel was heading to the event that Giselle and Wendy were throwing, and he said, we'll get there when we get there. And the ladies had some type of unreasonable issue with the fact that he said that when, to me, I did not take any issue with him saying we'll get there when we get there, because we will get there when we get there. Don't worry about when we get in there. We coming. That's all you need to know. But anyways, so Monique, tread lightly. You just coming back here. Don't try to, insert yourself into Angel and Bobby's situation. Like, you're overstepping your bounds a little bit too much. And the fact that, Monique is telling the other girls that she sees herself in Angel's situation, like, don't drag Angel into your BS, girl. Don't drag Angel into your BS, girl. You're projecting, and that's never a good look. At least that to me. And once again, I hope that they address this during the reunion. But what do you guys think about Monique, likening her relationship with Chris to Angel's relationship with Bobby based off of the little bit of information? Like, I think this episode was the first time that she actually met Bobby. Anyways, I'm just so frustrated with Monique when it comes to that. So tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Once again, be sure to comment, press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And also be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones, you guys. Be sure to join me every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for my live Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. with my sister, Prophetic Fire Reiki. We always have a great time talking about the latest happenings and goings on with the world. Thank you guys once again so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, y'all.